Well, hey, welcome back to Kings Road, Young Lions. My name is Saucey, and I'll be your DM this evening. Tonight, we've got a lot in store for the party. I'm joined by Rosa, Gator, Bronson, Solomon. They are the Young Lions. Say hello, Young Lions.
Hello,
Hello,
young
young
lions.
lions.
Hello.
We've become great friends over the last 38 weeks, and now we're approaching the main event, the four-part finale of the series here, as the party goes to enter the capital city. So just to recap from last week, where we was on a wild hallucinogenic trip inside the tomb of Horowitz, where the party had traversed over a pit full of barbed wire spider webs and into hardcore heaven, where they met the Dreamer and had themselves quite a battle inside that room. The Dreamer, truth be told, could not be destroyed, just was there for the violence. Bronson was happy to oblige. Solomon was obliterated when he picked up a cursed gem and ended up in Scrooge McDuck's treasure room. Eventually, Bronson was able to win over the spectral crowd and earn his badge from the Dreamer. But the question still remained, where is Solomon, and how do we locate the treasure of the tomb? The treasure being a stockpile of magic items in which they were sent here to retrieve. So they were able to do a little investigating, found a secret path under a throne. Solomon tried to kill himself with poison gas several times, but was unsuccessful. Then the party inserted a golden ticket into a ticket slot on a door at the top of a staircase, which everybody was sure was cursed in some way. However, that did not come to fruition. The doors of the vault open up, and there's Solomon just hanging out on the inside next to a few skeletons and a bunch of magic items. The party is then snap back awake as soon as they are drawn into a magic skull that's inside the room, and they return back to the Risky Rabbit inside of Rumble Reef. They're surrounded by their three guides, their shamans, if you will, Mistress Wolf, Raquel Rose, and Dombian Grecken, friends of the party who have assembled from different corners of the kingdom to help the party finalize their quest. So now, with all of the magic needed to restore the portal to room number 6 of the Risky Rabbit, we take our next step, where we start our journey into the capital. But before that can happen, the party is greeted by the second team that's going to be joining them on their quest. And here they are. You can see them on your screen. They are the Rogues family. You know Cobra Rogues, but you don't know the other three. Just by reputation only. In the bottom right-hand corner here, we see the Patriarch. That's Dusky Rogues. He's a legend, a former plumber, a current fighting legend inside the kingdom. On the top left there, we've got Goldie Rogues, and Goldie is a man of few words, a shadow monk, a powerhouse, an enormous individual, and a bit eccentric. Then we've got Cobra Rogue's wife, very pretty, but also pretty unliked by almost everybody. Has a very poor reputation, and then we've got the pet luck dragon here at the bottom. That is Philo, the baby luck dragon. So party, here you are inside the room. You have your three shamans with you. You have the Rogues family and Cobra Rogues on the bottom left. He steps up to you and he says, "So, what do you want to talk about?"
Solomon?
I don't know. Are they coming with us? I look to the people I actually care about. Mistress Wolf, Dombian, like, are these the ride-alongs here?
So they look back at the rogues clan here, and Dusky speaks up, and he says, "Now listen, baby, y'all walking into something meaner than a rattlesnake with a toothache. You dig? That old devil Vance McDragon and his cronies ain't just playing at war. This is the real deal, and standing at the center of it all is the exalted one, Alfarius Cone. This man is a specter of death, wrapped in shadow, wrapped in fire. But don't you worry your pretty little heads about him. We gonna handle it for you. You just got to take care of your part." Then Cobra, he's steps in, just picks up right at the end of the sentence there. He goes, "My father speaks true. The exalted one is a monster bound by the darkness of dark contracts. He's always been a good fighter. That's given by the gods. But now he's been granted a darker power. If we can shatter his hold on the darker order, the capital will crumble beneath their chaos. Take out their champion, and the army will flee. That's our fight. Yours, however," and then Brandy awkwardly steps up, and there's a bit of an eye roll among the other girls in the room. "Yours, however,"
You really hate Brandy Rhodes.
yours, however, is here. And she conjures up an image of a triple cage, which is shaped like a pyramid, inside castle walls. And it's like a spectral image inside the room, like a neon green spectral image. And she starts pointing at like it's a PowerPoint presentation here. She says, "The triple cage prison. It's located with traps, arcane wards, and enough iron bars to house an entire kingdom. This is where Vance McDragon keeps his hostages, innocents, allies, and even your loved ones. Freeing those captives won't just save lives, it'll break their morale. I'll take away the stockpile of magical energy that Vance McDragon is using to open up a dimensional rift." I'm sorry, not me. We will take away the stockpile of magical energy. Anyway, he has to be stopped. But the prison isn't unguarded. Vance's Iron Masters will be waiting for you. And then Goldie, the rest of the Rogues clan, they look to Goldie like, "Hey, this is your part. You go now." And not eager to speak, but there's a pregnant pause before he finally does speak, and it's brief, in a low tone. "Take them out. Free the hostages. Shatter some dreams." And then they wait for your response.
So you're saying that you're gonna take out Alfarius Cone while we free the hostages and take out the Iron Masters.
That's right, baby.
Then who's taking out Vance McDragon?
Well, we can do that
Me.
together.
We can all come together after the fact.
Oh,
to
that's
assault
right, baby.
McDragon.
That's right. We take away his power, and then he's vulnerable.
Alright, that sounds fine with me. You guys think you're up to the task of Alfarius Cone?
I kind of lean over to Solomon, like trying to keep it quiet. Do we still have the friggin' urn, dude?
Yep.
Okay.
So, Cobra says, "Oh, we are confident. We're here to break a throne. Confidence is good. Underestimating them would not be. We know that the Iron Masters aren't just brawlers. We know that the Exalted One isn't just a normal fighter. They've all been given dark gifts. Corruption makes them faster. It makes them stronger. It makes them deadlier. This is a fight unlike any that any of us have ever seen. We know that.
All right.
Sounds like we might
actually-
need some more allies.
I was about to say, I'm not opposed to this plan at all. You guys take out Alfarius Cone, we'll handle the Iron Masters. I whisper a message cantrip to Bronson. Hey, even if they just wear him down, we can come in and finish him off once they're all dead.
Oh, I got a plan for Alfarius.
Should we give them the urn?
No.
Let them have the little card up their sleeve?
Nope.
No.
Right.
Should we even tell them about it?
No.
Probably not.
No?
That's
Yeah,
just
alright.
that's just something in our pockets. What I do think is I think we need more. I think we need to absolutely overrun the capital, and I think we need to get word out to everybody who owes us a favor, and have them show up to take back the kingdom.
I can't think of anybody who owes me a favor.
About
Risky
half the
Rabbit.
contacts that I made or knew prior to meeting you guys are now dead. Specifically, Oscar Crouch was set on fire, I believe.
So,
The
man,
good
I
old
wish I
days.
had better notes.
I was like, can anybody from the Risky Rabbit fight? Any of the ladies?
Mistress Wolf just kind of laughs. She says, "They have other skills. I'm sorry."
Well, boo.
How about the bounces? You get a bouncer from each place. That's
Oh,
8 more guys, right?
Can we bring Ambrose back?
Ah,
His mustache will terrify the enemy into submission.
Absolutely.
yes.
we should go get the Dragonborn. We should go get Mark Brewski. We should go get Mother Isolde. Oh, she's already here. Mother Isolde's already here. We should go get the what's his name? Mick Foley, the fake Mick
Yeah.
Foley.
Go talk to my boy at the Gnome
We need to
Depot.
go.
That's
We
about
need
all
to
I
go
got.
get. Let's go get the Hearth Foundation. Let's like we
We
need.
don't
We
need to
need.
get them.
We need to try to get everybody.
Yeah, I'm looking at my allies and organizations, and I see it's like
Kyle.
a trail of broken hearts. So I don't think I'm calling in any favors right now.
Kyle is the name of the Dragonborn, and he was also known as the Tarask.
How about that one guy we saved from those bears?
Yep.
What about Harvey Marks?
We could get Harvey Marks. We can get the Celtigars. We like. I want to throw as much at this plan as possible to make sure that we have.
You know what?
What about the hard way?
Decent idea.
Gator goes to make a phone call. One of those imaginary terms he comes up with every now and again, and he disappears in a blink.
Mhm.
And I'm going to message the DM real quick.
Oh, okay.
What about the hard way, you guys?
I'm pretty sure Master D's the only one who's left, and he's with the Iron Masters, I believe.
What about Math
so,
Bro?
Yeah, we could get Big Poppy Pump.
Where he at?
That is a good question. We did tell him to kind of go away and never come back.
Yeah, he's probably not still in the town that he jumped us outside.
No,
of.
we told him that one day he might owe us a favor.
Oh, I just remember that we spared him and it was
Yeah.
on site.
Yeah.
Oh well, if he was wearing hardway colors again, that was the condition.
We told
Okay.
we told him he was fight on site if we caught him with a hard way, but and that he owes us for letting him go. I'm telling you,
Yeah, but,
we owe like a
like-
lot of people like are cool with us, man.
Do we have the resources to contact, track down, and round up all of these people? Is the point I'm trying to make. That guy could
I
be
guarantee
totally in the
you,
wings.
Mistress Wolf does, and we have room 6 working again.
Yeah, but if he's like camped out in the mountains, 2 weeks away from the closest Risky Rabbit, that's no good, you know.
Yeah.
And how are we gonna find him?
So,
Oh, sure.
just a recap from last time. Raquel Rose had given you some details about how the portal had worked. She said the magical energies gathered from the Tomb of Horowitz have been condensed into a hearthstone that have opened up a portal between all the room sixes in all 7 territories and the capital itself. Through the portal, you enter into the oubliette and emerge in whichever territory. She had also said that the attack on the capital is supposed to happen in 2 days. That gives you 2 days to rest, to recruit, to purchase whatever other items you're looking for. So that was the original plan, was 2 days.
Yeah. So
Alright.
anybody who's in the towns that we've been to
Yep.
Which
is I feel like all that we could pull off.
yeah, you haven't spent very much time traveling in between towns except when you were at sea.
Right.
Yeah. But anybody that we knew who might be on the road might be not a viable option, is all I'm trying to say.
You also have
At the very least, we need to go hit Gnome Depot and get
Yeah.
armed to the teeth.
Yeah. It's for the world, and with the promise that this will collapse the
Yep.
economic
Gobby Lobby
structure
is
of the
going
Gobby
down.
Lobby.
Yep.
Gator keeps trying to suggest cousin Roman and forgetting that was just Solomon.
Oh, I don't know if Solomon Scribbles is coming to the fight.
Yep. Okay. So I would love to go try to get all of the Celtigars. I'm making notes here.
I was
All
like,
the
what about
Celtigars.
divide and conquer? Can we just all
Yeah,
go
that's
through
what I'm
the
saying.
boys?
Is we all split up and go recruit in and take the day, and then come back and then formulate our plan, and then with whatever we've got, with at that point, that meaning we still have 24 hours. Let's see.
So Bronson
Gator's
Does
gonna need some.
anybody need any walking around or bribing cash, or should I
Yeah.
take the whole stash to the Gnome Depot?
Yeah,
Like-
if anything, we'll give you a shopping list for
Yeah.
Home Depot.
So Brandy Rogues is very excited to interrupt you at the most inconvenient part of your deliberations here.
Mhm.
And she's waving, trying to get your attention. And she's like, there's more. Can I show you one more thing? Like,
Sure.
I did it like another thing. You're going to want to see this. It's cool.
Okay.
She says, so I'm sure you're wondering about the Iron Masters, who they are and what they can do. And
Mhm.
you may know who they are, but they are not the same people that they were before. So, for instance, Hannah KRYL, the Skull Reaper, she looks a lot. She's different now. She's a bit of a how do we put this? She fancies herself to be a clown now, but a homicidal clown that spits poison and has hideous laughter that makes people's heads explode. It's a bad time. Also, there's Ruxin Crow, the devil himself. He's a shape-shifting demon. He's not very nice. He also doesn't wear very much clothes.
Mhm.
And then there's the Infinite Warrior, and he ain't. He's not just a man. He's raw, unbridled fury. And Bronson, I don't know if even you can outpace him.
Yeah, just give him some coke.
But you can probably outthink him. And then there's Capital D. And I can't seem to get much information on Capital D's transformation. But if he is if his former self has any indication of what he's capable of now, he may be the most obnoxious and deadly of the four.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
So, use that information however you will. Maybe that helps, maybe that doesn't. I just, I wanted you to know, and you do with that what you will. So I'm just going to go over here now and do my thing. And then Cobra Rhodes, he chimes in, and he says, "You all don't have to worry about Capital D." And then Dusky chimes in as well, and he goes, "Cause he dead, baby. He real dead. Big Daddy Vance offed him offered him a dark gift, and he turned it down. He said, 'That don't work for me, brother.' So Vance put him down, and maybe Big Daddy D was one of the good guys after all." And at this point, Brandy Rogues just has her arms folded. She's tapping her toe, feeling undermined by the revelation she had just made, and the fact that Cobra and Dusky had more information than she did, despite her sorceress powers. She says, "Well, I bet you didn't know about the cages. Each one is bound by a different ward, and destroying the Iron Master weakens the ward. Freeing the captives will depend on how quickly you can neutralize the Iron Master." And then Dusky seems to be bickering back and forth. He doesn't seem to care for her much either. And he says, "Don't you worry about that, little girl. There's enough glory in this fight for everybody, but make no mistake, we each got a part to play, and if we don't play it right, the whole show falls apart." Cobra leaves you with one last parting word before they let you start getting your things in order. He says, "Young lions, you have our word. Our word is our bond that together we'll bring down the capital. We will free those prisoners. We will end Vance McDragon's reign of terror once and for all, and we will return the kingdom to an age of peace. So what do you say? The rogues, the lions, are we in this together or what?"
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
The best plan we have so far.
All right, so with that said, Brandy is the first to stomp away, and then followed by Dusky, who tips his cap. And Goldie eyeballs each one of you, looking at Bronson, sizing you up from head to toe, a little bit longer than everybody else. And then Cobra rounds up Philo, the luck dragon, and he goes to turn away. And as he's turning away, you see a very unfortunate tattoo on his neck. And it is a tattoo of King Jerry's crown. The crown that it's hard to say who's in possession of that crown at the moment. But so Cobra walks away, and with the agreement that in 2 days' time you'll meet back here. Okay, so at this point we're now dismissed into Rumble Reef, and Lions, you can devise a plan. You can do your shopping. You can recruit. Where do we want to start?
Gator is gonna have to come up with some let's call it some special consignments. So he's gonna go to the shady side of town and look for a certain thing.
Okay, so are you going to do the old Irish exit and just kind of sneak out while everybody else is still working on a plan here?
I'll announce, like, I have some things to round up that you guys can't help me with, so do whatever work you got to do, and I'll be back. Wizard thing.
Wizard did it.
He needs to study his books.
Yeah, my little black book. I need to pull some string.
Okay, so give me like 2 more seconds, and I will have a list of people that we're trying to get a hold of.
Okay. Solomon, how about you?
I guess I'll take a little jaunt through the portal and head on over to Colville.
Oh, you're just gonna take off, head right over. Okay. And
Why
you're
not?
taking with you the party's bag of holding.
Yeah, how much money? Does anybody want any money?
I don't think that anybody's going to really have any need for a tremendous amount of money other than you. I will send you with a shopping list, though. I need a set of half-plate armor and a two-handed magical weapon, preferably with a blade.
I need a diamond, maybe 2. Worth at least
diamonds,
300.
half blade. I should write this down somewhere. Diamonds.
I don't know how I got off so easy with my spell component for
Half blade.
5th level. No cost associated.
A couple more grasshopper legs.
Yeah, but I can catch those myself.
Great weapon. Any requests from the Gnome Depot, Gator? I don't know what they'll have or what they'll come across, so
give me a big potion of healing. Like, I want a big gulp of the healing.
potions. All right.
Because if I'm too far from Rosa, that's not good.
I'm probably going to head back to Territory 1 to recruit my family.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I also might make a quick pit stop. Just or no, you can take care of this while you're at it. Try to shake down the crew for that like 1,500 gold we gave them.
All right.
It's to save the world.
Get 1,500 gold.
It's like, I used to have 46. Now I only got 31. Oh yeah, we paid an exorbitant amount of money to that crew.
I mean,
Gus and the boys.
since room 6 is now functioning, we could just slaughter the crew.
Or Gus and the
Bronson.
boys are 6 more bodies coming into the capital with us.
That's true. Yeah.
They've been enlisted. They've already been paid. All right. Let them keep the money.
Jeez.
All right, so let's devise a plan here. 2 days is not a long time, and it'll take time to do each one of these things.
Okay. I have my list.
So everybody give me an idea of what each of you are going to do for the next 2 days, and we'll go around the table. So whoever is ready to go first, we can start with you.
I'm ready.
I have a basic idea if nobody else does.
All right, Solomon, why don't you go first?
I'm going to Gnome Depot.
So you're going to Colville, to the Gnome Depot. Okay. So that should take, a good part of a day. And what else?
Hey, while you're in Colville, just start mass blasting out for volunteers.
Yeah.
They know us. Like, we're the saviors of Colville.
Yeah.
We saved their water supply. We need
You know
a favor.
how many crazy backwood moonshine brewers they got out there in Colville?
100% on board with that.
Like bandit dudes outside of town. Didn't we make a deal with them?
The stock card dudes?
Yeah, the cocaine bear guys.
No, that was the
different
other
town. Different town.
Oh,
Yeah,
was that a different town?
There were some mountain marauders.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Mountain Clan.
Yeah, the Indies, and they had while there were some tensions were high for a little while, you had decided to go your own separate ways, and leave them to their own little mountain. So they are there. They had said that the capital was interfering with their lifestyle because of the magicite mines. They were over mining their home mountain, and
All
it
right.
was causing them problems.
That'll be my second stop.
Okay, so
I'm gonna go find the marauders outside of Coville, and if they're pissed off at the capital enough, it should be pretty easy to persuade them to attack the place.
okay, so Gnome Depot. You're gonna go talk to the Indies. Anybody? Anything else in Colville while you're there?
I'm trying to think if there was anybody else in Colville that we need to talk to.
Just a
You said the
reminder.
priest lady's already here?
Yeah, in Colville, you had Mother Isolde at the temple. You had her slutty sister Ula, who's in town, helped you purify the water. There was a barkeep with a daughter who had the hots for Gator.
Another broken heart.
That's right.
I don't know if those people are worth anything. I'm definitely gonna make a public announcement, like at the well in the center of town.
Yep.
Okay.
And I think I'll hit the marauders first, so that maybe I can have this great show of force at my back.
Okay.
When I ask for volunteers.
Sure. So yeah, I mean, this town, it had there were a few businesses at the center of town, 2 competing brothels. There was the Gnome Depot, the church, and the bar. Those were the 5 businesses. And then you had the gym boss with split personalities up on top of the Slat Mountain.
I'm not going all the way up to talk to that.
Yeah, it's a long way.
Okay, so that's the gist of Colville. You can probably do all that in a day.
Oh yeah.
With your second day, where are you planning on going?
The second day is all gonna be like personal prep work.
Yeah, I think the plan was to spend
It's gonna be getting into
24
character.
hours recruiting and then assembling everybody in territory 5 or wherever we've decided to form up, and make sure that everybody's topped up and prepared and ready to rock.
Okay, so Gator, you said you had an idea of what you're going to do. Fill us in on that.
So Gator needs to acquire at least one unusual piece of contraband, but he thinks one of his former connections and possible love interest, Raquel Rose, would be able to help him with that. He remembers some very powerful brownies that he was like on the edge of the universe with. So he goes knocking on her door, and I'm gonna need a vial of some concentrate of whatever you put in those brownies, because that's gonna be payment for one of the recruits that I'm doing.
I know who you're recruiting.
Yes, you do.
He's on my list too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 different people to hit up.
All right, we'll save you for last, Bronson.
Yeah.
So Raquel Rose, she has informed you before that she is a master of illicit substances and an amateur baker as well. And she has made herself very available to you, Gator. So that should be pretty easy. What else do you have on your list?
Oh, I'm probably I might have to do some like dark whispering for the next one. So that's probably gonna that'll be more vague. Like so, let's say he spends the better part of the morning and the afternoon with Raquel Rose, charming her with his good looks and his words, and not with magic. He wouldn't ever use magic for that, because he doesn't have to.
He
And
uses
then
close-up magic instead.
that's right, Shazam. I'm like Zoolander. Anyway. And then that night he's going to listen for some dark whispers. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
Because no spoiler. Because Pete already picked up on the one, so I don't want to give too much. I don't want to give too much away.
So you're gonna do some wizard stuff later on.
Wizard stuff, yes.
Yeah.
A wizard did it.
Fair enough. All right, we can put a pin in that. That'll reveal itself later, I'm sure.
Yes.
So unless you have anything else publicly that you'd like to disclose, we can move on to Rosa.
Rosa's turn.
It's kind of funny because I don't really have a whole lot of context that haven't already been pretty well covered. What I could do though is start brewing up some healing potions that I know, and get set with that because I'll probably have to gather. The demon bomb.
Yeah.
I still got 2 containers of that. How much more do you need?
I mean, can it be made? I mean, we've already proven that it can be made into basically a surgical nuke. So maybe we want to make another pipe bomb.
Jeez. How long does it take to make those? But yeah, I think I'll spend the time gathering, the required ingredients and brewing up some potions. And maybe some demon bomb. There it is.
Okay. And you're going to spend the better part of an entire day just brewing?
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Sorry, I'm seeing how long it takes. It's been a while since I've looked at the brewing part of things. Oh, there it is.
Okay, so it'll take a fair amount of resources to gather materials for the potions.
It says it takes 1 hour to make it minimum if they are proficient in the skill check. So it's kind of up to you how you want to handle that.
I'd say you probably have about
12
possible,
Sure. I'll give you 12 rolls to brew potions.
Okay.
With a skill check. And they can be there were 4 different potions that we gave you from the poison book.
Where did I
don't recall.
Thought I had this written down somewhere, which ones I could use. Demon Balm, Witch Spoil, Moonbrine, and Owl Sip. And I believe I was given another one after the whole McDragon thing.
You also have let's see, like Witch's Spoil, Assassin's Tear, and Wither Broth.
Thank you.
Okay. But yeah, I wanted to focus mainly on the Moonbrine and the Demon Balm, since we'll probably be using those.
Yeah, so I will give you 12 rolls on this. That's a lot more than you would normally get for brewing a potion, but I'm good with that. I like the hour to brew. That seems to make more sense to me. It'll cost you 25 gold pieces in materials per potion.
Okay. Gold pieces per potion. Okay, 12 rolls. And I can do that while you guys are recruiting, right? Or do you want me to...
No, you can roll for those separately, and we're going to say that's a DC 15 roll.
I think each one has their...
Oh, does it have its own DC?
Yeah, I've actually got the thing open. Yeah, the Moonbrine, it's a DC 12. And then what is the other one? Oh, and I think it's a skill check based off of nature, survival, arcana, and religion, depending on my proficiency. Demon Balm is also a DC 12, so...
Okay.
Yep.
I'm good with that. So you don't have any contacts you need to reach out to? You're just going to get to brewing?
I think Solomon's going to Colville, and that's where Mother Isolde is, so that's covered. Unless there's
the
a way
only,
that...
the only person I can think of is maybe Yuka the Alchemist.
Oh, is that the one that was in Timber Clash?
I
Mhm.
believe so, yeah. So you made fast friends. Who knows if Yuka is still with us? There was a bit of an explosion in Timber Clash, as well as a dimensional rift that led to the untimely murders of probably hundreds of people inside an arena. It's a bad time. It's a bad time. Except for your friend in the hard way, who you paid. You paid. What's the word? Sex workers to keep him occupied and
Mhm.
out of harm's trouble or out of harm's way for at least 24 hours.
Yeah. That wasn't me. Who was... Oh, what was his name? Solomon.
He was part of the Mystery Machine squad that went out to the swamp to feed cultists to alligators.
Yeah, you guys wanted to leave him behind.
I
He
don't
survived.
remember his name.
Stand by.
I remember all the things he
He
did
was
and
the
not his
best of
name.
them.
He was.
It wasn't Jazzy Jake. It wasn't Disco.
He was a handsome boy.
It was. Let's see.
We forget to put him in the.
Oh.
Bowden was the escort.
He has a cowboy hat and
Yeah.
he has a mustache. I think he goes way.
Ooh, can we get noise, please?
Oh, I know. The other person you need to go look for is Red Eye Black.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Rio Sagebrush.
Oh, there we go.
That's it.
Rio. His name is Rio.
He kicked butt, and then we
Dances
were
on
just
the
gonna leave him.
stand.
Exactly. How did I
I was
forget?
gonna see if Solomon would try and see if Rico Ishii was still alive too.
I wish he was the other best of them.
Absolutely, I need to go get Red
But
Eye
I'm
Black.
pretty sure he was in that bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put a note on him that said it's on, and then he definitely went to the arena. Probably
then exploded.
Well, they all left the arena and then went back to the bar as
And
we
then
were
it blew
leaving
up.
town.
Oh yeah, he's probably.
And the
blown up.
bar went nuclear while we were in the harbor.
Does one of us need to check out Timber Clash?
It's like built out of fireworks.
Don't worry, I'm going to Timber Clash.
Okay. But yes, Red Eye Black, good call.
All right, so you're gonna go looking for Red Eye in what's left of Timber Clash. They could
All
probably
right.
use a healer right about now. Okay,
Or
so
just
you're
leave
gonna brew some potions. You're gonna look for Red Eye Black. Okay.
that. Yes.
Good. All right, Bronson
Yeah.
of House Celtigar,
Yes, sir.
a man of many acquaintances.
So my plan is to go try to hustle around this damn world and call in as many favors as I can from the people that we've helped and like family and people who respect us. So
Before we get started, let's
Yep.
talk about who's in Rumble Reef already.
yeah,
You have the SS Celtigar. Piloting that ship, you've got Franco. You've got Big Varro.
yep,
You've got Gus and his 5 or 6 brothers.
Mhm.
So you've got some minions here who will do your bidding.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got the lady that you saved from the ghost town, the one who you threw in the middle of the harbor, Vieira Goro.
Uh-huh.
I mean, technically, she's an acquaintance,
Mm-hmm.
but who knows how useful she'll be.
Yep.
Okay, so where do we begin? Time is short for Bronson.
So, all right. So, first step is going to be going back to Territory 1 and getting Grady and the Young Celts.
Grady and the Young Celts. Okay.
That should require very little motivation on their part. Just it's time.
Fair.
They can follow me back.
Now here's the problem with that. They are not at the Risky Rabbit.
Oh yeah, no, they're probably at our manor if they're even at home. I know Grady will be there, but I'm not sure whether or not the Celts have gone off sailing or something like that.
So getting logistically getting them to where you are in 2 days is going to be very difficult to do. They've got to get to Whitestone, which is the location of the Risky Rabbit. And then,
oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, all right. So yeah, if I would have to sail and everything like that, no, I'm looking to try and go cash in favors on foot, or
now,
at very least, like,
if you
by
had a
horse.
way of contacting them remotely and saying, "Leave now, go to the Risky Rabbit, meet us in 2 days," that might work.
Yeah, maybe I can. Okay, yeah. So maybe rather than like using the room 6 to just bop around the continent, I can just try to send as many message spells as possible using the help of some casters.
Sure. Who do we have that knows that spell? I believe Rosa.
Just Rosa.
Just Rosa? And how many uses of that spell?
I'm sorry, which spell are we talking about?
The spell you use
Sending.
to contact is sending? How many
Sending.
uses of sending?
It's a third level spell.
Like,
okay, wait. Worst case scenario. I'm going with Solomon to Colville to the Gnome Depot.
Oh.
And then I will buy a wand of sending.
That's putting a lot of faith in that you're gonna get a wand of sending there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a risk.
I mean, if I've got no way, I mean, other than that, it's just bopping around using room 6, trying to contact all the people that I want to contact.
So Rosa, how did you contact Mistress Wolf before?
Sending.
Yeah, sending, but it wasn't my prepared spell at the time.
Well, we can say that you have it prepared.
Okay.
How many uses do you have?
It's a third level spell, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have 3.
3. So Bronson, I'll give you 3 text messages you can send out to any 3 individuals through Rosa's message service.
All right. First one will be to Grady.
Okay.
To tell him to get himself, the Celts, and anybody else they can muster to room 6 in the Risky Rabbit tomorrow. At, we'll say, noon.
Just as soon as possible. Get to Whitestone. Yeah. Okay.
And await further instructions.
All right. Fair enough. All right. That's message 1. Message 2.
Who else is going to be tough to get a hold of? Let's see. Probably Daniel Danielson.
Okay.
Basically the same thing. Hey, if you're interested in toppling the Darker Order and taking back the capital, meet at the Risky Rabbit, room 6, tomorrow at noon.
So he's going to meet. You're telling them to meet at the Risky Rabbit in their town.
Yes, the closest Risky Rabbit. Just go there at noon and be ready to go in room 6.
So that's in Timberclash. Okay, and
bring whoever will come.
Okay.
So that takes care of Kofi Kingston as well, because they're probably hanging out together. He was on my list.
Kofi Kingston?
Yeah. And then you can.
Well, he's certainly available, isn't he?
Yeah. He's looking for a new big man. All right, so Rosa, maybe talking to Yuka. The only other people that I really think that I need to try to get a hold of that I think I have a chance at finding would be Mark Brewski and the Tarask in Lucha Town.
Yep. Okay. All right.
So
we can do
I
that.
tell you what, I'll do the same one for Mark Brewski as I do to Daniel Danielson. Is basically like, this is Bronson of the Young Lions, like the we're taking on the capital, we're going to retake it, from the Dark Order. Whoever you can amass, get them to the Risky Rabbit tomorrow at noon, and be ready to go through room 6.
And cue the Gary Oldman gif at this point, right?
Yep. Everyone.
Send everyone.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that Mark Brewski shows up with some more snuggle cups, and that his fortunes have changed from chicken farming to lion farming. But yeah, I think if the
All
other
right.
one was maybe the Tarask, but I think that's it. I think that's all I got.
So those are your messages. Now, what's Bronson going to do with his actual time?
I'll go with Solomon at that point, to make sure that he doesn't get roughed up in Colville, and to make sure that we're getting all the gear that we need.
Okay. So it sounds like we're reaching out to every territory except for Suplex City, which is a ghost town, and Iron Vale, which is where you had met up with the rest of the Celtigars. The young Celts were there. Is anybody left in Iron Vale?
I can't remember.
That was the home of the Gobby Lobby and Grapplebees.
Sylvester Stallone lives there.
That's right.
Yeah, I considered reaching out to him. His name is Arvo.
Arvo, yeah.
Harvey Marks would be another one, maybe. But he could be anywhere. Like, that's the problem with some of these wrestlers is that
people
like,
who are on the road.
They're on the road, yeah. Oh, I know who we need to coordinate with when we get to when we get into the capital. We have some friends in the capital already. We have Harry and Lloyd, and we have the people that you trickerationed at Grapplemania.
How long does that last, though? Is that forever?
I just made them love me.
Yeah, they're just super big fans. Like,
Right.
It only
That's
lasted for like an
permanent
hour,
mode change?
but they loved the shit out of me for an hour.
Oh, okay. That's what I was wondering, the duration.
perhaps while we're in Gobby or Gnome Depot, Stern could lend us Robot Van Dam and Cage the Goverine.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's about all of the. I mean, we could go visit Ambrose. But I think that's basically everybody. Yeah, that is worth like in fighting shape.
All right, so at this point, we can go ahead and initiate the montage scene of the Avengers going around and assembling the Team Marvel versus the Thanos and Big Bad Army, right? So we're assembling an entire army here, and
can we get one of those cocaine bears too?
Well, I thought you killed them.
I mean, we could just find a bear. make our own cocaine bears.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's start with Rosa. You are doing these sending messages.
Okay.
So we're going to see how persuasive you are with the messages, and that'll reveal just how successful we are with convincing people to show up. So let's go ahead and start with Grady and the Young Celts. So let's have a persuasion check.
11.
11 total?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, fair enough. All right, now let's roll for Daniel Danielson and the survivors of Timber Clash.
I believe I get a reroll on that. Where is it? Lucky.
Yeah, because it's a 1. Jesus.
Yep. All right. I get to reroll. 12. This die's going over here.
12. Okay, great. Lucha Lucha Town.
Oh boy. 14.
14?
Yep.
Okay. Great. Now you're searching for Red Eye Black. And where were you going to look for her?
I think the last place that I remember seeing her was Timber Clash, right?
Yeah, she said she was getting the hell out of there.
Yeah.
So when you message Timber Clash, do you want to message Red Eye Black or message Daniel Danielson or Rio? Anybody in particular?
Oof. Yeah, because I only have the three
I
seconds.
think Red Eye Black and Daniel Danielson would be equally fine. So if you've got a personal connection with Red Eye, do that.
I was gonna say that is kind of the interesting thing is the roles kind of match up with my relationship with these people.
Right.
But I would definitely call on Red Eye Black if I can find her. You want me to roll for that as well?
No. You already rolled for that. Now you can, with that sending message. I believe the way it works is as long as it's somebody you're familiar with, you can just message them directly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, do I know any of these other people? Am I really the one to be doing the sending?
Well, you've met Grady and the Young Celts. You've met Red Eye Black. You've met Mark Brewski.
Well, yeah.
So those all make sense.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. Gator's going to riz up Raquel Rose, so that should be pretty easy. And then do some wizard stuff. Okay, that's all good. Solomon is going to go to the Gnome Depot and try to convince Stern to provide an arsenal of magic weapons and lend him the use of 2 robots, fighting robots.
Yep.
Rock'em Sock'em minions. And also recruit mountain folks from the Indies. Okay.
I think I got something that Stern might be interested in.
And
so when we get to that point.
And then you're going there as well. Okay, well let's see how that goes. So Bronson and Solomon go to Colville. And Colville is looking better. Everybody looks healthier than they did the last time you were there. I remember they were pretty sickly last time because the well had been poisoned, and so things are looking up. Things are looking better. The center of town looks like it's in the same shape, and it's because Colville is probably the most detached from the capital out of any of the territory gym cities. Gnome Depot is still in operation. You're able to enter. And Solomon, you're dressed as yourself, I presume.
Yeah, I'm Solomon. They know Solomon scribbles here.
You know, Stern there, like, hey, Solomon, hey, it's been a while. How did that thing go? How did
you know, as the well goes deep, my friend. The well goes deep, and that's part of why I'm here. I want to tell you all about it.
Okay. Yeah, so you can trade stories. You can fill him in on where you've been, what you've been up to. He does raise uh, one point of concern. He said that when you had left there, he had given you a bunch of these items at a discount, but had asked you to do one thing for him. Do you remember what that thing was?
We're gonna take down the Gobby Lobby.
Yes. But that doesn't seem to have happened.
Oh, but
that
it
is
is.
happening right now, my dear friend Stern. That is happening right now. I produced the whole paper trail that I got. See, like I said, the well runs deep. Gobby Lobby is controlled by mysterious backdoor benefactors that go all the way up to the top. We're talking about Vance McJagan, my friend, who has totally taken over a coup that has conquered the capital, and we're going in, we're taking them all out. We're cutting the head off the snake, and we're doing it in 2 days. That will completely dismantle the structure of how they ship their products around, and the Gobby Lobby is doomed. They don't have any inventory on stock. I could not only guarantee you the destruction of Gobby Lobby, but with some help, if you agree to our combined venture here, you could potentially raid the capital Gobby Lobby
Yup.
storehouses once the attacks have settled down.
Yep. That's basically what I was gonna try to get across to him too, is that Gobby Lobby will be looking for possibly a merger and acquisition at that point. And I think
acquisition will
yep.
happen.
Yeah, and I think
Massive
that
liquidation of all inventory.
that's right. I think the Gnome Depot is primed to make that kind of business decision at a very competitive price of probably nothing.
So Stern does tell you, well, you make a very compelling argument, but I would be lying to you if I said that I didn't already know most of this, which is why I asked you to take it down to begin with. Gobby Lobby's been stealing from us forever, and since you left, they've been stealing from us for months. They've been taking our inventory and reselling it.
If you know all this already, Stern, then you know it's not the kind of organization that you can just go and lock the doors up on. This is the only way to take them out.
Well, we had to take our chances here. Bringing down the Gobby Lobby is good for the business, but you know, it's really come at a cost. So a lot of this inventory that you're looking for, we don't have it. It's been stolen from us.
What if there was an influx, a bailout, so to speak, of immediate cash? Would that help grease the wheels at all?
Well, it doesn't exactly work that way. We don't make the items here. We've got sources where we get the items, but getting the items from the makers to the sellers is not an easy thing, especially when we're getting hijacked on the roads all the time.
What if we had a way for you to not have to use roads?
Yeah, that would be
Which
fine.
we
That would
have.
be fine, but that doesn't help you right now, does it?
No, not particularly, Stern. Honestly, you're coming in very disappointing.
what do you got on hand?
Well, you can provide a list of items that you're looking for, and Stern can let you know which ones he's got available. But the more exotic items probably are not going to be available.
What's the
I don't
strongest
think
set
we're
of half
looking for
plate that you have?
anything.
The strongest
Yeah.
what?
Set of half plate that you have.
I mean, just let's take a look. I mean, yeah, he's got just standard half plate, but if you're looking for something magical, that's probably not available.
All right.
But yeah, he's got half plate. He can
Okay.
sell you that for sure.
Half plate would be good. Got any
Yeah,
magical weapons?
Magical
Anything
weapons.
lying around?
Yeah, I mean, he's.
Or better yet, can you enchant something for me?
No, that's not what they do there.
Yeah, they don't make
They're
stuff.
It
distributors.
takes a lot of time to enchant as well.
He's got what he's tried to. The message he's tried to relay to you is that his pipeline's been interrupted. It's
Right.
For months. It's been a known issue that the shipments are not getting to the Gnome Depot. They were being taken. He had a feeling it was Gobby Lobby. That proved to be true. So the information you provided confirmed what they were already thinking. But it's cost them inventory,
Sure.
So he does have some more mundane items, but more exotic items would have been taken by the Gobby Lobby and sent directly to Vance McDragon for the purpose of fueling his magic battery.
Any diamonds, like from out of the coal mine? Things that obviously don't require that much travel to hijack? You got some diamonds on you?
Yeah. He's got diamonds. Sure. How many are you looking for? And of what value?
I'm thinking. I mean, you got diamonds. You don't have any magic items. Do you got any healing potions?
He says that he's probably got some type of sword in stock. That he'll have the robots go search for it, but they'll come up with something.
Speaking of the robots,
I was gonna say, tell you what. Maybe we can make a deal for some diamonds. Maybe an investment in the crushing of our rivals and the political system that has held us all under their boot. You'll loan us some robots.
Let's have a persuasion check.
There we go. My persuasion check is.
Oh, hey, I'm trained in persuasion. I want to help.
Sure.
Don't need it. I've already got advantage.
Oh, okay. I will stand back and look menacing.
That is gonna be 24.
Oh, sure. So for a 24, he says that he will rent out the robots to you.
What's the rate?
For a nominal fee. He says, well, what do you think is fair? You make me an offer.
Yeah, it's probably more than fair. How many robots do you have available?
2. Robot Van Dam and the Goverine, yeah.
Tell you what. How about we do 150 gold per day per robot?
Sure, that sounds fair.
And I'll book them to pick them up tomorrow.
Sure.
Send them to the Risky Rabbit.
Can do.
All right, that's great. So that's gonna be 300 because I don't care what happens after tomorrow.
Yep. Set a half plate. I don't care if it's magical or not, but
from there, now I'm gonna test your supply of diamonds here. I want 3 diamonds that are worth at least 300 gold.
Okay.
And potentially one that's worth 500 gold. And can we say 400 gold worth of diamond dust?
Okay.
Fantastic. And what do you got by way of potions?
Well, typical healing potions. It depends on what strength you're looking for.
All of them.
Whatever you got.
Yeah.
Stern.
Prate them
what
up.
have you got? I've still got money.
So he says they do in fact have a sword. that they've been holding on to a while. It's a +2 greatsword,
Hell yeah.
but it ain't cheap. He says 5,000 gold.
That's out of our price range.
He says it's okay. You drive a hard bargain. I can do it for 4,000.
Oh, my dear Stern.
I can trade him some stuff too to bring that price
Oh
down.
yeah. He's amicable to that.
I guess that's true.
It's actually a piece of
magic sack?
it's actually a piece of his equipment that has
Yeah.
served us real well. The vicious 2x4.
All right, you want to trade that in? Okay.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, that'll bring down the cost. Say like 3,000.
I'll
then-
throw in this magic sock. It makes you real scary.
He says, I don't want any part of that.
I have a bag of gems.
That's true.
Oh well, let's take a look. Let's see what you got there. He says, yeah, there's maybe 500 gold pieces worth of gems here.
How many pieces?
500
500.
gold.
500. All right. That covers the diamond that I asked for.
He says he's got a bunch of healing potions. He's got some superior healing potions. Sticker price is 1,000 gold per potion.
That's a little exorbitant, don't you think, there, Stern?
Oh, he says,
We're saving the world. Do you want
course.
any kind of business after this? Or do you want every town to turn into zombie town like Suplex City? Huh?
He says, of course, that's the window price for your friends. You get the contractor price. I can do 500 gold a piece, half price. Half price. You can't beat that. Half price.
And these are the good ones. We're not talking about the little dinky ones.
These are the superior healing potions. They are superior to the other potions.
All right. After all the diamonds, which is gonna save some lives, Bronson. We got about 2 grand.
I could do the astral tassels too.
All right. Throw in the astral tassels. And let's see what else you got there. Let's. I'm trying to remember what you've been given. Do you have a magical chainmail coif?
Yeah, nobody's using that.
Maybe throw that in the mix, and maybe one more item, and call it 1,500 for the sword.
Yeah, that plus the half plate should be good.
All right, yeah, that does sound good. 1,500, the chain, the plank.
Oh, we also have the math magician shield.
Yeah, throw that in the mix.
And let's see. I think Rosa has the throne breaker, which is the warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
You want some juice?
Oh no, I'm trying to lay off this stuff.
Is that why you're so old, Stern?
You got me.
All right, so if we add in the math shield and that other thing that was just mentioned that I wasn't really paying attention to, how much does that bring us down to?
Yeah, so here's what we got. The half plate is 750 gold.
Yep.
All
the hammer is 1,500. The diamonds that you have there are, let's see, that's 900, 1,800 for the diamonds. And 150 gold pieces per day per robot.
Yep, which is 300.
And what you're gonna get credit for is the bag of gems is worth 500. the chainmail coif, the vicious 2x4, the do you have the shield, or does Rosa have the shield?
I don't think anybody has used the
Yeah,
shield.
bag of holding.
I was like,
Yep.
yeah, to be honest, the only thing I ever took was the crown.
Okay.
That's the only thing I know that I've kept on my person because I didn't want any of the spoils at the beginning.
Yep. So those 3 items and the bag of gems and that that gold amount that I just gave you.
Yeah, that'll work.
So 1,500, 750. That is 1,800. The gems, that's the gold dust, a 500 gold piece diamond, 300 gold piece diamonds. Okay, I'm doing math here. So about call it 3,000 is what you owe him, plus the rental of the robots.
We go with that?
Yep.
And then healing potions. Are you looking at those as well? Or are you gonna have to pass on those?
It's like if you need to, you can drop at least like one of the diamonds. I only need them for revivify.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drop the 500 gold diamond because we don't actually need that one. I'll just trade that 500 gold out for the potions.
Okay.
How much
I
were the
think you were
potions
saying
again?
like a superior healing potion was 500 then, so
Yeah,
that's
it
like
was
one
500.
potion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The greater healing potions would be 100 each.
Those might be like get 5 of those and pass them out. I feel like is better than just one superior.
Well, and remember, I'm brewing up some
Mm-hmm.
healing potions.
Yeah.
Those are 2d4 plus 4 each.
We may need some heavy hitter ones.
Okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool. Just want to make sure.
I'd rather get like one superior and one greater.
Yeah, because if Bronson's like almost dead, he needs to quaff something significant.
Yep.
All right. So on the healing potions, what did we decide?
One superior for 500, switching out for the 500 diamond. Don't want that. We'll take a superior instead. And then I have enough money for one 100 dollar greater potion.
Gotcha. So without that 500 gold piece diamond, Rosa will not be able to use Raise Dead. Did you select that spell?
Yeah, I did not select Raise Dead.
Okay. So you may not
because
need
I only
that
had the
anyway.
one choice.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now,
But Revivify, I do.
dear Stern, this is some serious bulk buying, and I know you're already helping us out at quite a discount, but is there any chance you'd let me walk out of here with one more additional greater healing potion for my last 71 gold?
He says, well, not only that, because I like you so much, we're going to rent out the robots to you on consignment. So you can pay for those when you return them. And
like any good rental.
Yeah, and I'll throw in the potion. So
all right.
So a greater potion, not the superior.
Right.
Yeah. 2 graders, a superior, diamonds and dust, a big ass sword, armor.
So it's a +2 great sword. And the half plate. Yep. All right, we good with the shopping there?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so I think that's going to wrap up our purchasing for today. We're going to go ahead and we're going to try to recruit some of these folks from the indies. So it's going to be a persuasion check here. And since you're both proficient in persuasion, you can go ahead and roll with advantage.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. That was a really terrible roll. Only 21.
21. Okay. So, yeah. So the leader of the Indies does meet with you, a guy by the name of Meixsell, and he indicates that they will help you, but under what condition? That they get to keep whatever they find. So this is a bit of a raid for them, more than anything
That sounds
else.
perfectly fair. That's what we're there to do. You see, Hazel, in this world there are haves and have-nots. And today the have-nots are taking what the haves have got.
Well, he indicates to you that the capital has been taken from them, taking their land, has been gutting their mountain, and that he's going to reclaim what's been taken from him. So
Reclaim it, brother.
They have a debt to pay, and he fully intends to collect.
Hell yeah, give him a big old handshake.
Yep.
Come to the Risky Rabbit tomorrow at noon.
Yes, got it. Okay, so everybody heads back to Rumble Reef. Is that correct? Everybody good there?
As the magic users in KRYL, Lady Isolde,
okay,
her sister, whoever did the ritual with us,
and there was like
and miners. Like I wanna go out to the mines. Like miners of KRYL. The time to uproot ourselves from oppression has come.
I tell you what, you just get out like a bullhorn, and I'll just put you on my shoulders, and we're just gonna walk all around town like that.
I have my magic megaphone.
Yep.
We're just inciting a riot. Go town to town. We could probably do something like that over the course of just a couple hours. Just do a walk around every major city in the territories.
Solomon is now Colonel Jimmy Hart.
So this is turning into like the end scene of Ready Player One, where everybody's coming from all the corners of the universe to stand up against the final boss.
The time has come to free ourselves.
Yep. So you could do that, and you're kind of selling out. You're kind of blowing up the Risky Rabbit spot here by revealing that hey, there's a portal at Risky Rabbit. Just go hang out there. It's great. And
I don't say that. I just say everybody come to the Risky Rabbit tomorrow at noon.
So it could just be a marketing ploy, right? Like,
could be.
This guy really likes massages, you know?
But Solomon's going on the whistle stop for the Risky Rabbit.
I'm a pretty convincing person.
That's right. Okay, great. So you can head back to Rumble Reef. That leaves you about a day left to do things. What needs to be accomplished? Assuming that everybody gets a long rest, and remember, you were all very dehydrated after the vision quest that you went on. Assuming now you've regained your strength.
Extra long rest. I tack on like 4 more hours.
Gator finds a jacuzzi, but it's really just a small bath, and he ate a lot of beans.
Wow.
I'm spending the evening like in like war prep mode. Like I'm like oiling my new sword, and then like painting up my armor in like orcish war paint.
Right on. So preparing.
I'm packing up the disguises, giving myself a fresh shave, putting on my black armor. We're going in full war mode. Get the grease under the eyes.
Okay.
Making peace with my God and throwing up some prayers, writing out my last will and testament.
Okay. Gator, can you divulge to the rest of the group what Gator's up to?
So Gator was thinking it could be to the advantage if maybe we leverage some of the local workforce that may be under the thumb, probably unwillingly, of Vance McDragon and other figures. Like, can we get some of like the common man, like the workforce, to like really bring the slack, like literally like sabotage everything.
Yeah, you're talking.
that is
Yeah,
possible.
about trying to rally all the folks that are there to basically like just let us in.
And like I have my clipboard if like any sort of deception needs to happen. Like, well, listen, I heard this.
So where are you attempting to do this?
At the, I would assume like the local guild or something.
In which city?
And
He's
like
talking about doing it in the capital.
the like can we get like some of the common laborers to basically like overwhelm what's the word, like rather than like do the day, like cause havoc by not doing what's expected of them, even at the pain of like, like you might be in a society where if you don't do your job, like you might be in like horrible, like you would jail or worse.
He's trying to rally the proletariat
in the capital.
The unwashed masses, yes.
Okay, so you're saying you want to travel to the capital before the 2 days.
Gator is
Okay.
off the table now.
Okay. I'll do it, man.
You're trying to start a riot in the capital before we get there.
What if we can? I'm trying to see if there's a way that we can time it. Like.
So imagine this: Gator has gone through the forbidden door into the oubliette. You're in this octagon-shaped room with 8 sides with numbers on them, 1 through 7, and then a star on the 8th wall. The star, you assume that is the capital. Where do you go? Do you go through the portal into the capital, and do you go alone?
I should go alone. I shouldn't involve anybody else.
And does anybody else know that you're even there?
Me and Bronson are in Colville.
I'll leave a note. A very fancy note, and I probably say a very convincing goodbye to Raquel Rose just in case.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he'll go on his own. He's got his clipboard in hand, and he's got all his his preparations. So he's he looks big and buff and intimidating, even though on the inside he's shaking. And yeah, he thinks like the less time he spends in there, the better. So he's got to look for like the manager or the supervisor or somebody that looks like he could get to somebody real quick and talk to him. And before a lot of attention is drawn, like just bone out and get back through the door.
So Gator can go into the portal to the capital. Mind you, this is the first time any of you have been to the capital since the beginning of this year's King's Road.
He's going to trigger the cutscene, and none of us are going to be around to see it.
Yeah.
And remember, you had steered around the island, which appeared to have some type of magical dome over it. When you appeared...
Kuma, you got a backup character, right?
When you appear on the other side of the portal, you appear again under a bed inside a room decorated differently from the other risky rabbits that you've seen. And you emerge from that room to find that it is an abandoned mansion with there are different motifs of rabbits everywhere, finely carved, nicer than any other risky rabbit that you've been to before. And as you are kind of sneaking around this mansion looking to see who else is here, you understand that it's empty, it's silent, and you can step out onto one of these balconies into this courtyard here, and you see overhead are these swirling purple clouds, and still this shimmer of a dome over top of where you are. You can hear the crashing of waves from outside of this courtyard, And as you look down into this courtyard, you can see that the center of the courtyard is worn. And around the edges, you have these archways. Some of them have bars on them. So at first you think this is some type of prison, but then you think, well, that can't make any sense because it's a risky rabbit. And then it dawns on you that this is not that. This is what's called a ludus. This is a place where gladiators train, or at least they used to train, because now it is completely vacant. This appears to be the Risky Rabbit on the Capitol Island, and there is nobody to be seen. Not only that, but any indication of other buildings can't be seen. And as you search even more, you see that this ludus is on a cliff facing the ocean with a magical dome at its perimeter, and beyond that, a naval blockade on the outside of that magical dome. So what does Gator do with this new revelation?
Well, as it seems I'm not going to encounter anybody to like incite any sort of like workers' revolution inside, I have to abandon that plan. So like on his clipboard, one of the blank pieces of paper, under the papers that have like scribbledy-gook on it, that makes it when he's pointing at it, that it looks like he's actually reading stuff off of it. On one of the blank pieces, like, can he start taking like dimensions and like how big he thinks the area is, just so like he comes back with something, like we at least have a sketch of the area.
Oh yeah,
because if we're coming through here, like the least we can know is like entrances and exits, and like you mentioned a whole naval blockade and lots of stuff.
I would imagine we're going to be excited to hear that we have basically a landing area for an army.
And can I take without saying too much, DM knows the deal. Can Gator record all the information that would look really good that he can bring back specifically to Rosa and be like, here, check out this naval blockade that I saw, and it's all like the right terms and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You all of this information can accurately be relayed to whichever sources you come in contact with. Not only that,
I'm just using. Go ahead.
Not only that, the information can be confirmed by Mistress Wolf, who has extensive knowledge about all of the risky rabbits.
Even better. All right, notes are scribbled in hastily made charcoal from just like little bits of just whatever I pick up and torch.
Oh yeah. There's writing materials readily available. This place looks as if it was abandoned in a hurry.
Oh, so it's not even like just they picked up and moved. They just like grabbed what they could and okay, I see.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So everything was left behind.
Yeah, or everyone got snatched.
Yeah, Thanos snap. Actually, I have an ink pen, but I don't know. I'm not thinking I'm gonna like set out the well and unfurl and dip.
That's an awesome image.
I know, no, that's why I feel like I'm just like I grab like a little matchstick and I torch it and I'm just like drawing real quick. And then as soon as I feel like I have all the information that I don't have to remember it, I actually have notes. I go back through the door, so I'm not just in this area by myself where anything could happen.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, you can return same way you went in. You can go back, assuming that you remember which territory number you were supposed to be going to. As long as you get back there before sundown. Did we say it was sundown or I forget whether we?
I think it's sunrise.
Before sunrise, right? no
Thought it was
problem.
the evenings you didn't want to be there, like at night.
Yeah, you don't want to be trapped in the oubliette at nighttime.
Oh, okay.
Don't make me curious. But, yeah,
Well,
I remember that.
That's an epilogue adventure.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
the warning was that if you enter in at nighttime, you may end up in a different timeline altogether.
Let's do that.
I was gonna say that would just as much perplex as anything for Gator. He's like, But anyway, no, he's needed here. He may very well be the key character of this universe for all he knows.
All right, so I think everybody has their marching orders, and then tomorrow we're basically gearing up to, at noon, everybody is supposed to be ready to go to room 6, right?
Sounds like it. Everybody. So, are we ready to jump to the day of the raid?
I got one more thing I want to do that evening. So
Yeah.
as we're like settled in and doing all that stuff, I want to knock on Rosa's door.
Okay. Is Rosa there?
I guess I am.
Sure. Okay. Go ahead.
And so, hey, so tomorrow is gonna be nuts. And so I wanted to make sure that I gave you this before everything got caught up in the giant hubbub and everything and all the chaos that's going to be this assault. And I pull out the sword of truth
Mm-hmm.
and set it down on like the set it up against like the edge of her bed, and I tell her, I was like, I need you to have this because I know that it's going to end up being more useful in your care than it will in mine. Use it to find your mom and make sure that you get your family out of there and make and if we get lost or we get separated or for some reason, I want you to have the ability to find your way to whatever we need to do. Does that make sense?
I kind of slightly bewildered because
Yeah.
I've just been preparing and stuff like that. I guess.
Between your augury ability and this sword, you will be able to guide us if we lose our way.
Now that I can do.
guarantee you, I'm going to be single-mindedly trying to cause as much chaos or damage as possible tomorrow. This is wasted on me, and I want you to have it.
Very kind that you thought of Rosa to cover that and to be kind of the guiding spirit. Oh my God, you guys listen to me for once.
You've always been our compass, and I want our compass to be able to see as clearly as possible at the most important time.
Well, I'd be honored to be that compass.
That's all I got for you. I just wanted you to have this and make sure, I wanted to make sure it was in the right person's hands and get some sleep. Tomorrow's going to be hell.
See, you figured out where your son's at, right? With the sword?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, do I have the exact details? I know he's at the orphanage, right?
Well, you had checked days ago, and at that time he was hiding inside an orphanage.
Gotcha. Yeah, I have an idea. I'll know it when I see it, if I see it, but that unfortunately is going to have to take a back seat to our immediate goal.
No, that makes
If he's
sense.
truly my son, I know that he'll survive. we're truculent little bastards, and so I we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, and hopefully we'll all be able to I'll be able to use your gifts to guide us in the right direction for there too. But
Well, I will definitely keep this in safekeeping and use it to point to, dare I say, our true north of some sort.
also, it's really, really sharp. So stick them with the pointy end if you need to.
Ah. What do we say to the god of death?
Not today.
Not today, yes.
But
Well,
yeah, you now have a +2 short sword.
+2 short sword. I will write that down somewhere. Well, thank you, Bronson. Get some good sleep.
Out of character, worst case scenario, you've now got a really solid weapon. And best case scenario, like I said, between your augury ability and the truth, truth seeing that it can do, it should get us out of at least one jam.
Okay.
DM, since I didn't have any, I didn't mention any functional way of remembering what territory I was in, do you want me to roll an intelligence check to see how stuck I am?
No, you're good.
I'm a wizard after all.
Yeah,
Did we find Red Eye Black, by the way?
Well, we haven't gotten to that day yet. We're the night
Okay.
before. So, if anybody has any other things they'd like to do the night before, speak now or forever hold your peace.
If now's not the time to reveal the notes and things I took, then I'll wait for the next day, unless now's the right time.
It's entirely up to you what you reveal and when you do so.
Hey, yo.
Not a sailor.
Yo won't believe what I found. I went in the oubliette all by myself. A wizard all by myself. And I went in that door with the star on it. What? And and here's what I found. And I go on to explain the pretty pictures and how much I liked the sky, because it was very purple and very excellent. And were I not so certain that the magic was not created by our mortal enemies, it would be a really nice place to be, except for look at this naval blockade, Rosa. Would you look at all the ships and things that the player's not going to name, but the character is going to go into great detail on? And do you believe me now that I was in the Navy?
Yes, but can you pilot any of those boats?
That wasn't part.
We're gonna find out that he was just a chef.
You still have to be you still have there's still you have to pass the same basics.
He was a stowaway.
Often the chef is the most influential person on the ship's crew.
That's true. Okay.
Look at John Silver.
Long John Silver. Oh, that wasn't a joke.
Okay, are we ready? Are we ready to assemble the masses for the raid?
Still ready.
Yep. Okay.
See.
It's now the day of. We're heading to the capital. You've asked everybody to meet on the other side of the Risky Rabbit doors, and you can, I don't know how you want to do this, whether you go one by one, follow me, come on in here. But I'd be happy to, now's a good time to reveal who showed up where and who's going to help you in this effort. So let's jump over here to the long list of NPCs that we have.
Sorry, I made your life hard.
Okay, so let's start with Territory 1. You had summoned Grady and the Young Celts, and they do appear, Grady and the Young Celts, and they've got some minions with them as well, just a handful of them. You don't recognize them, Bronson. But you ask Grady, are they good guys? And Grady doesn't answer you. He just gives you like a flat hand, like, eh.
Yep. Just wiggles his hand.
And that's as much as you could ask for out of Grady. So glowing review there. So they can certainly act as one unit. Outside of Territory 2, that's Iron Vale, you had decided not to go there or to request the help of Arvo, so you don't need to go there. Territory 3 is Rumble Reef, right? No, or Suplex City. Suplex City is complete ghost town. Let's never go there again.
We should send Vicky Guerrero back through the door to the ghost town. Your vacation's over, lady.
Territory 4. I don't know which. Shame on
4 should be Colville, I think.
4 is Timber Clash, and outside of Timber Clash, you are met by Red Eye Black, Daniel Danielson, and Rio Sagebrush. So the big 3, but it is just the trio of them. So nobody else either wanted to show up or survived.
Right, or could, yeah.
Rio is unkillable, so he's the guy we needed.
Is a really big hat. Big hat. Number 5 is Rumble Reef. You know who's there. Nobody else from Rumble Reef is aside from the Rogues family.
We figured
willing
to
everybody
here.
Yeah. Yep. Territory 6. That's Lucha Town, and of course Mark Ruski, the Tarask, and 2 faces who you recognize, but it's been so long since you've seen them. It is the pink-haired trickster cleric Alex, and
oh wow,
and the long-haired Fabio-looking guy. What was his name? Argo.
I thought it was like Ego or Iego.
Ego. Yeah, A-E-G-O.
Yeah, so the 4 of them.
Oh, Solomon Scribbles, never met you.
No, you didn't. You didn't meet any of them. So some familiar faces. It's been quite a while. It's been almost a year since you've seen them. What you do notice is that Alex and Merk Brewski are very cozy with each other. No pet lions to be found. But the 2 of them, like peas and carrots. Okay, that just leaves us with. We got one more here. That's Territory 7 in Colville, and of course you've got the Indies. You've got the 2 robots. Did we say 2 or 1?
Yep, 2.
The 2 robots being rented by the day. However, Mother Isolde and Ula are not interested. They are not fighters.
Yep.
They say they'll be happy to heal your wounded and provide safe harbor, but Colville likes to stay out of affairs at the capital. That's
all right. Colville is our fallback position.
Sure, absolutely. And that wraps up your forces. Am I missing anybody here? I think that's all.
Do we get like the miners?
No, the miners are not interested in fighting. They are not fighters. They're miners, and they've been pretty sickly, clinging on to life for most of this year. So they like to keep their distance from the capital.
Yeah.
That's a pretty respectable group.
Yeah, so it is quite a legion here, and so that raises the question of who goes into the Forbidden Door first.
Lion Lord.
Well, Gator's already been, so he's not afraid.
Gator, you've been through here. Let's do it.
Gator holds up his clipboard. Because at this point, I feel more like the gimmick manager, like a Jim Cornette in a way.
Oh wait,
I hold up my clipboard and I say, "Young Lions through here."
We should have Varro, Franco, and the crew from the boat too.
Yeah, the rest of the flying dingbats.
Oh yeah. So you can have Gus and his 6 brothers. They can come along too. They're not much fighters, but they'll do anything for money. So as long as you're willing to pay, they're willing to tag along.
We may need
You know
people
how
to
much money is in
transport
the
things.
capital?
Um,
You're gonna be set for life after this one, boys.
So while you're trying to figure out who's going to go first, this is where Cobra Rhodes is like, "Come on, boys!" And he is fully intending on heading through first, and he is all decked out. He's got this fancy new jacket with all types of flair on it, shiny bits and tassels, and he's got the full championship belt with all 7 badges on it. He thinks he is the Kfabian nightmare, and he's going to finish the story here, right? It's his story, and he's confident in that. So he is leading the way into the forbidden door, which nobody has gone through into the capital yet. There's no telling what's on the other side of that door.
Now, everybody, before we go, let's tell you what's on the other side of that door.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I already told all my friends what was on the other side, so I don't know
Exactly.
how
We need
involved
to
it is.
all be on the same page. As it is, there's like 50 of us in here. No, there's
I
kind of
hold up
a
the
bit of
clipboard
an
and I
armored
flip the
fortress
pages
on the
back,
other
and I'm
side.
like,
It's
this is-
abandoned, so everything's clear on the other side.
I'm just pointing at the pictures I made.
Oh boy.
Mr.
So I'm
Mr.
clanking
Rhodes,
around
why
in
don't you
my
come on back?
half plate. This is the first time you guys have seen Bronson wear armor.
You look
Bronson, what are you doing?
ridiculous.
Bronson, come on. This isn't you.
Does he have a
Gotta
helmet
dress for-
too? Does the helmet
No,
even fit
no.
him?
Nope. There's no helmet. just real tanked up barbarian.
So
Bronson, why no helmet?
they don't make him in his size, I don't think. So the Rogues family is heading into the Forbidden Door. It's Cobra leading the way, followed by Dusky and Goldie and Brandy and the Luck Dragon flapping its tiny wings as they go through. And there's music starts to play from some strange corner of Rumble Reef as the townsfolk are really in on this whole idea. What you're doing is not a secret. Everybody's very aware of the mission here. And there's, the crowd is behind you guys. There's a great amount of excitement because you've gathered, forces from all over the kingdom now for this. And some of them, although they could just go into the oubliette and directly into the capital, they're curious about how it works, and some of them are peeking their head out in Rumble Reef. But it's now time to head in. And does everybody go directly to the capital?
Let's go!
Yeah. Let's get it.
Yep.
I have directed my forces already.
Great, so here we are. We arrive at the other side. The Risky Rabbit loot us within the confines of the capital. We spill out into this courtyard here, this muster point, where we've got quite this this gathering here, maybe 30 plus individuals. Above you, the purple skies are swirling. There's crackling of energy that's kind of rippling. And the plan is for the rogues to go find Alfarius Cone, the Exalted One, and for the young lions to go to the cage and meet the Iron Masters. What is the plan for the rest of these fighters who are working for your cause?
Is there like a main capital building?
Sure. There's a great hall inside the Capitol where the Senate would meet, and there are palace buildings, all sorts of very, what's the word I want to use? Like very fancy, very just magnificent buildings inside this very developed city. That's what you remember from being there in the past.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna need to. I mean, it's gonna determine. What was I gonna say? How we disperse our troops is going to be determined by what kind of resistance we meet and where. I mean, if we're just able to, go through the streets directly to the cage, then we'll keep everybody with us. But if we're gonna have to like guerrilla it, then we may have to use them as distractions or disperse our troops. That way they can help hold lines and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. So on that,
here's a thought. How about we send Varro and Gus and the young Celts. You guys take the crew, go secure this orphanage here on 6th Street.
Yeah.
And then from there, fall back to the Ludus and secure the compound so that we have a fallback position. Everybody else, we're charging the heart of the city. Take what you can. Don't kill non-combatants.
Okay. Yeah, so the Rogues family, they say, as you're all mustered here, do you have any idea where Alfarius Cone could be?
I thought it was their job to cover Alfarius Cone.
I assume the main Capitol building, throne room, is the champion.
They've been prepped about who you are and what you're able to do. So they're looking to compare notes here. They're curious to see, what is your intuition telling you, and specifically they're looking at Rosa.
Gator pipes up. If I was in a position of power, I'd be probably stroking my gold.
Can you find where Alfarius Cone is, Rosa?
I don't have locate person.
You do have a sword.
Oh, yeah.
Or you have the bones.
That just gives like a... I can't think anymore.
A cryptic.
Yeah, augury doesn't give location.
Sure.
Yeah, there you go.
But if you were to phrase it in a certain way of like,
that's true.
We want to find Alfarius Cone. Should I go to the cage? Or should I go to the Capitol?
You know what? Rogue's family. I thought it was your job to handle Alfarius Cone. Why don't you figure out where he is? We got 4 Iron Masters to fight and a cage to find. So maybe our squad takes care of our job and your squad takes care of your job.
Let's try and get some intel real quick. I mean, like we've got some augury ability, so
I also have scrying.
Yeah.
Of course, that would blow my only 5th level spell.
Yeah, that's a
problem.
Either use the sword or to find him, or use
we could just start fighting our way into the center and take anybody that we get along the way and pry them for information.
Rosa, didn't you have Arcane Eye? That's like 4th level.
That one's just like an eye that floats and hovers and stuff like that.
Right, yeah, I don't know what the distance.
I was going to say, someone that's probably that proud and stuff like that, once they find out that we're in town, they're probably going to come to us.
We gotta go to the
but
heart.
we want to maintain
go to the throne.
Yeah,
where
we want
was
to maintain
King Jerry's throne? This guy just wishes he was King Jerry.
Yeah, let's start there.
Okay. So let's have a history roll from Solomon. You would have knowledge, and Bronson, maybe you as well,
Alright.
of the capital.
Well, I do have the clipboard that gives advantage, so could I tap one of them on the forehead? Whoever's gonna roll.
You know,
Yes, please.
Gator, you would have knowledge of the capital as well. So, if you have advantage, then you can go ahead and roll for the group here.
I just got a
Look at
10.
that. Oh, I rolled 2 dice. A 2 and a 3.
Solomon,
Lord.
what did you roll?
10 total.
Okay.
I got a 17.
So it took 4 rolls to get a 17. This place appears transformed. It's not the same way you remember it, especially you, Bronson. It's been so long since you've been here. You know, since when you were with your father, is probably the last time that you were here, and it appears, not only does it appear different and more developed than it was back then, but it's twisted. Everything has been aged in some way. It resembles, kind of to a lesser extent, what you saw in Suplex City, where the buildings are kind of rotting and aging unnaturally. Not only that, but it's a bit disorienting, right? You can't really tell what time of day it is because of the cloudiness, and the streets are pretty abandoned. But what is clear is that, as you descend down from the Ludus, which is at the edge of town, into the first the outer edges of the city, and then further into the city, that the entire place has been left in a hurry. That a great deal of chaos and violence has happened inside the city. There are signs of battle, blood being spilled. There are severed body parts in some places, just completely unnatural, and the whole place. Those of you who are in touch with your arcane senses are just this feeling of evil emanating from everywhere. And as you continue searching for a throne building or a place where Vance McDragon might be holed up, you start to notice that there are figures moving in the shadows. And the large entourage of people that you have, they start breaking into small-scale skirmishes where they're fighting first what looks like cloaked figures in shadows, and then in other places they're fighting unnatural beasts that move with quickness and scale the sides of buildings. And
so it's that kind of day. All right.
however, as the vanguard of the operation, both the Rogues family and the Young Lions are pushing forth as some of your entourage is peeling off and keeping you on your path. So, now closer to the town center, the Rogues family reveals that they have a good idea of where Alfarius Cone is. They just wanted to see if you had the same gut feeling. And what they tell you is, we're headed to the Colosseum.
Yeah.
That makes.
So where is that in relation to the cages?
Well, you don't know where the cages
out of character.
are.
Okay.
You don't know where the cages are. You know where the Colosseum is because it's a large building. It can be seen on the horizon, and it can be seen from very far away. And from what you remember, is that if you are traveling eastward, the Colosseum is pretty far east. And
gotcha. So this is probably where we're going to split up then.
To the northeast of where you are. So the rogues family is not completely absorbed by their own egos. They wish you good luck and offer handshakes, because you both have to be successful for this to work.
Yeah. Do they need, like, do we need to break off any of our squad to help them out? Or do they think they've got it? I mean, they've got 3, I would say expert combatants, and then Brandy.
So they reveal to you a couple things. They say, in fact, it's Goldie that approaches one of you. Which one of you is the least approachable?
I mean, historically, me.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So Goldie does request a sidebar with Bronson, and you take a step away, and he's something about him. He just gives you the creeps. Just strange guy. He's a big guy. He's wearing clothing that's way too tight. He's completely covered in body paint in all the areas that are exposed. But he speaks to you directly, which you can appreciate. And he tells you the cage is in the keep. That's where you'll find who you're looking for.
I mean, I kind of figured.
And then he points all around, and he says, and all of this can be taken care of by all of them. So he implies that all the random skirmishes happening all around can be taken care of by the groups that are with you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but the Indies have already broken off, and they are pillaging and killing anything that they find. Anything that's evil. The Celtigars have already split off to head towards the orphanage, and then the other groups are defending you from these warp spawn and these cultists, which are appearing at different stages.
So you're just trying to make sure that we're not getting bogged down.
Yeah, exactly. So
all right, to the keep then.
Yeah, with one final gesture, Goldie points off to your left. He tells you to head on up that way.
And nod, and then signal for the group to head this way.
So before he leaves, Goldie takes one deep breath, and he drags his fingertips up his chest, takes a deep breath, and exhales, and drags his fingertips down his chest, down the top of his thighs, and then turns 180 degrees and then marches away with intent. Weird guy.
He is having a great day today.
Weird guy, but you can tell he's in his element. He freaking loves this stuff. So now with that information, the keep, you know it to be a small castle surrounded by a moat with multiple layers of defenses. And Bronson, you had this image before of these cages with hostages inside the cages, and that checks out. That matches the description that you had seen in your vision.
Mm-hmm.
So, young lions, to the keep?
To the keep.
To the keep.
Let's go.
Great. So I will give you a vision of the keep. And this is where we're going to call it for tonight. So can everybody see that okay?
Oh, Lord.
I can see it, but
So what you've got here is this is a keep which is surrounded by a moat, formerly of black water, but now what appears to be almost like blood surrounding it. There are these cultists at the gates. And inside of the keep, this triple cage, right? 3 layers of a cage with a walkway around its perimeter. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You see the concentric
Oh, yeah.
squares here?
Yeah,
And
big old gaps in the corners, like just open air, and then like catwalks into the cage.
No, what you've got here is an open courtyard.
Okay.
In the center, you've got a pyramid-shaped cage, almost like layers of cake stacked on top of each other. And at the very
Gotcha.
top, in the distance, you can see what appears to be Mama Rosa, the figure that everybody's looking for. And directly in front of you, 2 cultists defending the keep from all invaders. So that's where we'll pick up next week. The battle of the keep inside the capital. Hopefully a lot of this has fog of war over it. You can't see all of them. But
There's a big old bunch of black.
Good. That's what we do.
Can't see all the monsters hiding in the mists.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have a view inside through the openings.
I just meant on the map.
Now, Bronson, it could be one big, long monster.
Yep, that's true. It's a gelatinous keep.
Oh,
That would be
living
awesome.
keep.
Think about that, like having a castle be an ooze or something like that. That's like an ooze that's just gotten big enough that he takes up the entire castle and like can drag it around with him and stuff like that. That would be awesome.
Theoretically,
The keep is a mimic.
Mm-hmm.
Ravenloft had living walls, so if you could somehow, it would be horrible, but you'd have to kill enough people to accumulate enough living walls to build a keep.
That'd be fun. Something with Strahd. Strahd would definitely do that.
Yeah, Strahd's a mean bastard, but yeah.
That was good. I enjoyed that.
So Snugglecup is with the party, correct?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we kind of neglected. We don't know what Snuggle did for 2 days there, but maybe
Well,
called
the
in a couple
second day,
favors.
I spent a lot of time snuggling with Snugglecup.
Snuggy might have went shopping,
No, I was gonna say we need to make sure he passed on his DNA because he's a mighty beast.
I would like to think that he just hung out, and then like Mistress Wolf and Mother Isolde were all just like petting him. He was just walking in between, like
He got
was
lots of socialization.
just
and
constantly, just constant attention for the entire day because there were enough people to wander about with that someone would always be scritching him.
Right on. Well, hey, that's going to call it for tonight. Let's leave it here. I've been Saucey. They've been the Young Lions. This has been the King's Road. Say goodbye, Young Lions.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, young lion.
Oh God, that takes on a different context now.
Yeah. I was like, this would be the last time.
All right. Goodbye, folks. Hey, congratulations. If you're still listening, that means you made it to the end of the episode. Thanks for coming by and listening to this edition of King's Road Young Lions. If you like what you've heard, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment down below of what you'd like to see on the next episode. For more great content from This Is Awesome Promotions, check out the YouTube channel, check out the Twitch channel, check us out on Twitter at TIA Promotions. Thanks again for coming around, and we'll see you next time down on the King's Road.